So we'll get started. I think some people are late today. Okay. So as you can see on the screen, today we are going to spend some time on the topic of dipole. We have briefly dealt with dipole earlier. We had defined what dipole is. We found what the magnitude of dipole is a vector quantity. And we also found two more things. We also found the field on the axis of dipole, equatorial axis of dipole. And we also found potential due to dipole on its axis and equatorial axis. Some of it we'll again revise and we'll go in more detail on the topic of dipole. Okay, so this we discussed earlier. How do we define a dipole? A pair of equal opposite charges we defined as plus q minus q, separated by a small distance 2d. The distance we can take as a d also, but very commonly we take as 2d. The middle point, both are equidistant dd apart. So that's a dipole, net charge being 0, and it's a vector quantity. If it is vector, it will have magnitude as well as direction. Magnitude is magnitude of charge multiplied by the distance between the charge, and direction is from negative charge towards positive charge. And typically we use a notation p bar to indicate a dipole. So if I have to define where the dipole is, typically I will represent the dipole as an arrow at the midpoint, directing from negative side to the negative charge to the positive charge. Okay. And why dipole is important, earlier also discussed. In nature also, very often we come across dipole because atom as such is neutral. It does not create any field or display those charge properties. But if the electron cloud gets shifted, if the position of electron center does not coincide with the position of nucleus, then it behaves like a dipole. And that's the reason dipole is important separate concept it is dealt with. And we'll see later in next topic, we'll come across dipoles with directive property more. Okay. Now, if I look at this charge arrangement, and is it a dipole or can we find the dipole moment? For this charge arrangement, there are three charges, they form an equilateral triangle of side L. Can all of you find dipole moment of this charge arrangement?
Sir, it should be root 2p, right, sir?
Huh?
Like, I mean, we can split the plus 2q into plus q and plus q. And
the basic first thing what we look at, moment you look at this charge arrangement, first thing what we notice here, it is net charge is 0. If net charge is 0, it is possible. Though it doesn't look like the previous one, but it's possible we can represent as a dipole. That's the first, what is the first indication? Net charge being 0. So net charge 0, yes, it implies that it can be represented as a dipole. And it is a fairly simple thing. What we'll do here, we take pairing of plus 2q as with each separately. So there are 2 plus q, 1 q plus q I pair with left minus q, other plus q I pair with right minus q. It will become 2 dipoles. So can we represent those dipole? This is the first dipole pointing from negative charge to the positive charge, and this is second dipole. What would be the magnitude of each dipole? Since I am pairing only one q charge and distance is L, q into L will be the resultant of each dipole. But these two are vector quantities, so can we find the resultant? What is the angle between two vectors here? 60 degree. If two have equal magnitude, angle is 60 degree. Resultant is root 3 times. Root 3 times QL is the magnitude. What is the direction of dipole here? Vertically upwards. And if I have to place the dipole, there's some bit of confusion. Where should I place the dipole here? You have to place the dipole. Previous case, you are clear. There's some of ambiguity, but the size is very small. It doesn't matter. You can place it pointing upwards. Okay, that's a dipole. And that's how we find out resultant. I think it's really simple. All of you would have understood. Anybody not clear dipole? Still 43 people. What happened today? Why attendance so poor? Anybody has any clue?
We have only J files.
Why?
I don't know. New timetable says we have only J, like separate times.
Oh, J4 is separated, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I was thinking why so less. Okay. And where have they gone? Okay, doesn't matter. So that's the number is less. Okay, so all clear so far? So we can find. So finding dipole moment should not be a problem. right? Any charge arrangement, charge 0. Let's take some more cases. So where is position? Position is little undefined as two dipoles are not at the same position. The midpoints are not coincident. Let's take this case. Can we find dipole moment here? All of you? You easily find dipole moment for this charge arrangement. And try to find where should we place the dipole moment and which direction. Can you all find dipole moment for this arrangement? Easy? Yes. Some more people? The wake up, find dipole moment. Okay. And did you notice, unlike there's not a unique way. Akash, is there a unique way to find a dipole moment or there are two possible ways?
First one, I mean, yeah, there are
there are two possible ways because the moment I come
across, we can take diagonal charges, or
we can either we can play like this or we can play like diagonal also. Will it lead to different result or will it lead to the same result? Let's check that out. No, is it not? It's possible. What we look at that, what we notice here, there are two ways of diagonal pairing up. One way we can pair up the 1, 2 on the left hand side, we can pair them together. And right hand side, we can pair them together. Other option is along the diagonal. We can pair like this and we can pair other diagonal like this. Will it lead to different result? So first of all, net charge is 0. It can be represented as dipole. One is like this, other is like this. And what is the value magnitude of P? Q into L. In this case, pairing is equal to Q into L. And since both are projecting in the pointing in the same direction along the J cap direction, resultant will be equal to 2Q into L J cap. What happens if we pair in a different way? So first of all, we pair in this way. Where should I place the dipole here? One dipole is here, other dipole is here. So resultant, the direction is upwards. Okay, but we feel like, okay, we can place it here, but their position is not common. Other way of thinking would be I can pair like this. Which way we pair across diagonal? See what happens if we pair across diagonal. So pair across diagonal. So each dipole moment 2 times multiplied by the distance between the two, which is root 2L. Thus, that would be the magnitude of each dipole. Like this, there will be 2 dipoles here. What is the resultant here? But one thing what you notice in this case, both the dipoles are at the same point. The center points are coincident. So easy to understand where the dipole should be placed. And what is the resultant of these two? Both are equal magnitude. The resultant will be root 2 times the magnitude of each one. Again, I find the resultant comes same. But in second case, I have better understanding where the dipole should be placed. So whichever way we calculate, actually we end up getting the same result. So what we notice, okay. So suppose you have done something about magnitude. See, suppose this is a dipole moment. Can we find out ratio of magnitudes of field at these 2 points? One is A0, other is 0A. What is the ratio of magnitude of fields given A is much larger than L or side of the dipole? Do you recall what the formulas were? How many recall that formula and how many get an answer? What is the ratio? I am not even asking what the field is. What is the ratio of the field? I hope most of you recall the formula. What are the formula for field on the axis of dipole at a large distance? On the axis, it was 2 kp by r cube. On equatorial axis, it was equal to kp by r cube. So same distance on the equatorial axis, the field becomes half. Magnitude of field becomes half, and direction also changes. So which point among the two is on the axis of dipole? The dipole is pointing along y direction. So this point is on the axis of dipole and this is on the equatorial axis. So field on the equatorial axis at the same distance will be half. So this field at A0 will be half of the field here. So ratio is 1/2.
Sir?
Okay. Yes?
Sir, I didn't understand the part about placing the dipole.
Okay, so see, where should we place the dipole? Let's look at previous cases also. We can go from technique. So we started with the first one. Where do we place the dipole here?
The midpoint, right, sir?
Midpoint. And this one makes easy sense. Midpoint is dipole. Here also, if you have to place, where do I place the dipole? Mine is not so clear. Yeah, mine is not so clear. Since the overall we assume the dimensions are very small, okay, we'll pointing upwards anywhere direction doesn't matter. So it will more or less whole thing is like a point region only. But it is not so clear. Whereas what happens in this case also, suppose you take this. Here also not so clear. Okay, logically maybe I can think I can place in the midpoint. But here perhaps I'm more clear. Why I'm more clear in this case?
The point of intersection.
Point of intersection. So basically this is something, and here also I can still place it, but it doesn't make very clear sense why here. Okay.
So what does placing of dipole mean?
Then only we know now where the purpose. See, we need to define the coordinate where the dipole is. Then only can, with reference to that, we can check with direction and axis and is it lying on the axis or not. See, when you look at this, suppose this one. This point is on the axis of left dipole, but is it on the axis of the right dipole?
Not.
So when you take the resultant, if you take point on the y-axis, is it on the axis of the resultant dipole? It doesn't look like on the axis of this one and this one. But whereas, suppose I take this particular case, any point on the y-axis, does it look like on the axis of dipole?
Yes.
Yes. So the small point we understand if it is like this is easy, it much more sensible to represent like this. This makes us easy sense for us, makes more logical sense if both are placed at the same point. Where exactly suppose the dipole to be? We are supposed the dipole to be placed at the midpoint of the charges. So this one okay. So clear. Are we okay with the positioning? Okay. Now can we find? I have not drawn the figure very clearly, but let's understand. Find the dipole. What kind of? Do you all understand what is the charge arrangement here? Right half of the circular ring of radius r has charge per unit length of plus lambda and left half has minus lambda. So blue color is plus charge, red color is minus lambda charge. So is the net charge 0? Net charge comes into 0. Right, whatever charge the right half will have, left half will have an equal and opposite charge. So can we represent this as a dipole? Can we find dipole moment? All of you give it a try. Calculate dipole moment.
So we can use the vectors arranged in the circle
Correct.
of R,
What
right?
we need to do, it's a vector quantity. First thing, rest all is simple. All we need to, the fact we should remember is a vector quantity. Previous two cases also taken vector sum. So we have to follow same method as we do for vector. So vector, when we take a small dipole moment, we cannot add up directly. We can add up the components. And if we have to find, because symmetry, the resultant dipole moment will in the which direction?
Upwards. It will be in the x direction. So.
It will be in the x direction.
X.
Because some of it pointing upwards, some are pointing downwards. If you take pairwise, it will all come pointing in the x direction. So if I am little, I can calculate x component and y component, but if I calculate y component also will come to 0. But if I spot that point that it is going to point in the x direction, I will calculate only add up only x components. So can we do that? So hint is already there. So some of you, do you have an answer? Answer has to come in form of lambda r or lambda r square. Ahlad, what is your answer?
Sir, is it 4 by r lambda?
4?
I mean 2 pi r lambda.
2 pi r lambda. Okay. First you tell me, does it look like in terms of unit? Does it look like dipole moment? It has to be charged into length dimension. Lambda is charge by length. You are multiplying by lambda by r. So it is only charge unit. 2 pi r lambda is a unit of charge. It is not unit of dipole. Is it not, Ahlad? Are you getting
Yes.
my point? So what has to be unit of dipole? Unit of dipole has to be charge multiplied by the length dimension. So it doesn't appear right. We missed some point. See, it's a vector sum. Don't simply add the total charge. Anyone has an answer? And slowly with practice, any integration or integration methods are same. The hint is there. So Jaideep, you have any clue how to find an answer or no?
Not yet, sir.
Okay. What we typically do, we know only for point charge. This is not a point charge. What can you think of the steps involved?
Like we consider small random units.
We have to consider random unit. But for dipole, can I consider only one unit, or you have to consider pair?
A pair, sir.
You have to consider a pair. So what is the figure was a hint. So basically, if I consider a pair, what is the pair I take? If I take an angular position theta here, this
diametrically
is
opposite.
I have to take another one diametrically opposite. If I take them as a pair, they form a dipole. Which direction? This direction. So I can find dp, the dipole moment formed by a pair of diametrically opposite small elements. I get dp. What should be the next step? So first I have taken to a pair of diametrically opposite charge. Vignesh, what is your answer?
Sir, I got lambda into 4r square.
Well, lambda into 4r square. That's the correct answer. So Jaideep, can you do that now?
Yes, sir, I can do it now.
So we'll take a pair of a small element. We'll find out its dipole moment. Since dipole is a vector quantity, I'll take its x component, which is dpx, and then I'll integrate the limit. What should the limit here? Theta will vary from where to where, so that all elements are covered.
Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2.
Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Because if I cover the entire blue part, red part also will automatically get covered. So this is something, so selection of element, pair of elements, finding dipole moment for a small element pair, taking its x component and adding it up by integration. These are 3-4 steps involved. So more of you, please try and get an answer.
Sir, isn't this like similar to the vectors with 1 degree angle between
Correct. No, this is.
And we arrange it in a circle, right?
No, they arrange in a circle, yes.
We can do the same thing here.
But what did we do? That we did in case of pressure. So just think of it. What is similar? What is different? I'll come to that again. But can we get an answer for this? Does anyone else has an answer? Why not? The steps are what? So we have taken 2 elements. Okay. Disha, what is the charge of this element? This makes an angle d theta here. What is angular position? It making angle theta, and a small element is d theta. If length is d, if this angle is d theta, what charge it will carry? Can we easily find out the charge? Net charge is represented as a dipole. So pairing as shown. What is the dq? dq is equal to lambda times length of this small element. This element is r d theta. So this charge will be equal to lambda r d theta. This will be minus lambda r d theta. So charge dq is lambda r d theta. If that is the charge, what will be the dipole moment multiplied by the distance? So dipole moment of pair of a small element, dp is equal to charge multiplied by the distance between them. The distance between them is 2r. So this term becomes equal to 2 lambda r square d theta. That is small dipole moment. What is the next step? I'll take the x component and add it up. So what is the x component? This making angle theta. X component dpx will make dpx will into cos theta. Say this term is missing, then unnecessary. So this will become this whole term multiplied by cos theta, and then I'll integrate. The limit of integration from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. When I integrate this whole term here, it will come integration of sine theta with this sine theta, and if you substitute, we get the value equal to this whole thing will come as 2. So 2 lambda r square is the dipole moment. Have all of you understood? Anish, have you followed?
Yes, sir.
Was it difficult?
No, sir.
You should have got it. No? So this is something I know why I missed it, because moment you see dipole, you get a little confused. Otherwise, we should have got it.
Yes.
Desha, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Aditya,
Yes, sir.
Kevin,
Yes, sir.
clear?
Yes, sir.
No problem. So any charge arrangement, we should be able to find dipole moment. Which direction is going to point in the x direction. If I have to define the direction, I would have written in I cap because that's x component. It will not have any component in y direction. So finding finding dipole moment, yes.
Sir, we can pair, no matter what two pairs we take, we'll always get the same answer, right, sir?
Yes. What is the other way we could have paired?
I mean, like horizontally.
Yes.
We can't do it
That's
like
why I took
calculate.
that question earlier also. See, is it not very similar to previous square question?
Yes, sir. There are many ways in which we can pair them.
And in fact, there also what I noted will come same. So basically, but which way makes better sense?
Diametrically opposite.
Diametrically opposite. But other way also, if we calculate, it will come to the same thing.
Okay, sir.
Okay, perfect. So we know how to calculate. Moment we see a charge arrangement which has zero net charge, it should again ring a bell. It would be a dipole. It's a vector quantity. And if it is like this, we need to add the components. We should not directly integrate. That's the point we keep in mind, and we can find dipole. So we'll have quick recap. So when dipole, we call dipole as a dipole moment also. Why do we use the moment? Whenever any quantity is multiplied by distance, it becomes like a moment. So torque also a moment of force, like that. So dipole moment. This is what we have done. If we have to find field, I'm just recap of this. How would we find field at point P, or how did we find this field at point P? So okay, let me ask Neha, are you there? Neha? Okay, or okay, let me see who else. Gayatri? Gayatri? Okay, Khyati? Why all are quiet? No response at all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, some response. Who's it?
Khyati.
Khyati. So Khyati, this is a dipole. Do you recall how did we calculate field at point P? P is a point on the axis of the dipole. I hope you recall what the axis mean along the line joining two charges. How did you find field at point P? And what is dipole? There are two charges, plus Q, minus Q, separated by distance 2D. Can you tell me step by step what are the method to find field at point P? No? Okay. Jaideep, can you tell me how to find field at point P? Do you recall?
Yes, sir. We place a unit charge at point P and then find the field due to plus Q and minus Q, sir.
Okay. Or we know the formula for field. Field is equal to KQ divided by square of the distance. So how would I find field P? I'll first find field due to plus Q charge. The distance will become R minus D. I'll find field due to minus Q charge. The distance will become equal to R plus D. And since both are along same direction, X direction, I'll simply use plus minus sign. And we take the net of it, we find the field. Field due to plus Q charge, rightwards positive. Minus Q charge becomes negative because it is pointing the left direction. We take the resultant and then we do our simplification. What is simplifying assumption we make? If R is much larger than D, this denominator becomes R is to power 4. We simplify. We at a large distance mean R is much greater than separation between charge particles. It is 2 kp by RQ. And another point what you have to remember, what happens if we keep on the left hand side? What is the direction of field on the left side of dipole? On right hand side, what is the direction? Towards right. On the left side, what is the direction of field? Jaideep, what is the direction of field on the left hand side?
Towards right only, right, sir?
Towards right only. So whichever side we keep, the direction of field remains same. And because of that, I can write field on the axis of dipole in this form. I can write K into 2 P bar divided by R cube. It doesn't matter. So it will always be along the direction of dipole moment direction. So you should remember that point, and I'm going to apply this point here. Now, this was on equatorial axis. So do we recall how did we calculate field here, or how did we derive the value of field here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so similar way, we calculate field due to plus Q charge. And when we calculate field due to plus Q charge, the direction of field is away. When we calculate field due to minus Q charge, magnitude is same, but direction is towards the charge. These two are of the equal magnitude. Hence, vertical components cancel out, horizontal component add. And if this angle is theta, this angle also theta. So when you take this horizontal component, it becomes magnitude multiplied by cos theta. Resultant becomes twice the magnitude into cos theta. We substitute, we get our derivation, and it points in the dipole moment in the right direction. This points in the left direction. And magnitude of a field is equal to Kp by R cube. Which direction? Opposite to P. Hence, I can write in vector form minus K into P bar divided by R cube. Does it sound difficult at all finding field on equatorial axis and axis? Does it sound difficult to anyone? Khyati, does finding field on the axis and equatorial axis find difficult?
No, sir.
Not at all. So we do some questions which are simply based on application of formula on the axis and equatorial axis. And if there are two of them, we take the vector sum. So should not be difficult. Let's do some questions. Simple problem, some field. What is the dipole? Dipole is P bar is equal to Pi cap is placed at the origin. And what we do, we found the field at point A00 was found to be 10 I cap. So at a distance A, field strength on the axis is 10 I cap. Find the field at the following points due to the dipole. So there are other 4 points given. Each of those 4 points, find the dipole moment with magnitude and direction. Sorry, find the field due to dipole with magnitude as well as direction. Okay. 4 values. So, Ahlad, what are the 4 values you have?
So if you were to let in vector form or magnitude?
See, answer will come in I cap, J cap, and magnitude. Okay, tell me whatever answer you have.
First one is 10 I cap.
Okay.
Second is 5 I cap. Third one is also 5 I cap.
5 I cap.
I mean, sorry, J cap and K cap.
Third one is okay. First one is I cap. Second one is
5 J cap.
okay.
Third one is 5 K cap.
5 K cap. Okay.
And the last one is 5 cos theta J cap, 5 sin theta K cap.
Okay. So that's your Ashray. What are your answers? Think again. Again, try and draw a clearer diagram, Ahlad, and think again. I think there may be some mistake somewhere. Ashray, what is your answer?
Sir, I didn't get them in vector form.
Do it carefully then.
Okay, sir.
Sir?
Hmm?
Sir, second and third ones, we're supposed to get minus 5 I cap, right, sir?
Yes. So actually it's a simple question if you are clear. There's no calculation involved. How about fourth one? See, moment the problem becomes three-dimensional, perhaps we start having a bit of difficulty. Okay, everyone just pay attention for a minute. Let's see in this case, I have not written the direction, but let's see, right hand direction is I cap, vertical direction is J cap, and the direction towards us will be K cap. So suppose with this point origin as center and OP is a radius, if I draw a circle, which plane the circle will lie on? Which direction I have taken X cap here? Which direction is taken X? Right direction is X, upward direction is Y, and towards us is J cap. If I draw a circle with origin as radius and OP as radius or origin as center. I draw a circle in which plane? I am drawing a circle in which plane? I am drawing a circle in YZ plane. Will the field at all points on the perimeter of circle be same or different? So what is my equation of circle? Equation I am locus of point is y square plus z square is equal to r square. R being the distance OP. Will the field at all points on the circle be same or different?
Same, sir.
That is, all points are same. So if I take a dipole like this pen, if I take any point on this, if I take a plane perpendicular to this, passing the midpoint, entire, so it's not equatorial axis, actually it's equatorial plane. Any plane, if I take a circle like this, everywhere the direction of field will be in the reverse direction. So, Nitya, are you getting what my point here?
Yes, sir.
You understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, is it not? So, Grishma, did you follow what I said?
Yes, sir.
You're able to visualize what I'm saying now? Basically, what you're saying that if I draw a circle, if OP distance is R, I'm drawing a circle of equation y square plus z square is equal to r square. Everywhere, every single point is lying on a equatorial plane of the dipole. And anything lying on the equatorial plane of the dipole, the direction will be opposite of this. So this, what I'm saying here, is the same thing applicable here. Okay. The first one, where does the point lie? The first point, let's do one by one. First one, clearly it is on the axis. The direction of dipole is along x-axis. Since the point lies on the x-axis, so by which direction it is lying on the axis? This term is I cube only. Distance is equal to A. At a distance A on the axis is given 10 units, so it's straight away 10 I cap. How about this particular point? Is it lying on the axis? Sorry, before I. This one is minus I. But does it matter whether it's plus I, is plus A or minus A? The field at plus A and minus A are? Same. How about the second point here? Where does the point lie? See, first of all, you need to understand what is the equatorial plane here. X is equal to 0 is the equatorial plane. X is equal to 0 is the plane. X equal to 0 is which plane? YZ plane. So since the dipole is along x-axis placed at the origin, x is equal to 0 plane. So any point having x coordinate 0 is lying on the equatorial plane. So all three of them, all 3 points, do they lie on the equatorial plane? Yes, they lie on the equatorial plane. So all this point direction of field will be equal to minus I cap. This also distance from the center of dipole is A. This also distance from the center of dipole is A. And third one also the distance from the center of dipole is A. So all of them will have same field. How much is that? Minus 10. Sorry, it will minus 10 I cap or minus 5 I cap?
Minus 5 I cap.
Minus I cap. Because same distance on the equatorial plane, field becomes half. At a distance A on the axis is 10. On equatorial axis of the same distance becomes half of it. So minus 5 I cap. So any point having x coordinate of 0 lies on YZ plane. As the dipole is along x-axis, any point on YZ plane is on the equatorial plane. And the distance is a in all three cases. So magnitude is half and direction is opposite. All three of them is minus 5 I cap. All of you have understood this point? Have you understood? Raise your hands so at least all of you have understood. Okay. Okay, and that's the simple point, but it's important. Okay, so I hope all of followed that point. So we'll not have this mistake now. So now it's okay. Now we are clear. Now we can do it. Now we'll not make mistake. Is it not? So next question, everybody should get it right. And it is not complicated. Simple question. Axis 2 kp by r cube, equatorial axis minus kp by r cube. P bar. Okay. All minus 5 I cap. Two dipoles placed. One dipole is P bar and other is 8 P bar pointing in the opposite direction. Distance between them is D. Can we find the null point here? Do we recall what the null point means? So Grishma, what does null point mean? Did we have we come across null point term before?
Yes, sir.
What does null point mean? Null point is the point where I don't give an answer.
A point where the field is 0.
Field is 0. So here, so there are two dipoles, both will create field. If at a point both create equal and opposite field, that will become a null point. So we have found the null point due to 2 point charges. You recall we did similar sign, opposite sign. Similar fashion, can we find out null point when there are two dipoles placed? And,
D by 3.
We know the formula. It is on the axis of dipole. So Ahlad, you get your answer quickly, but please get it right also. Tell me what is your answer, Ahlad?
1 by 3.
1 by 3. D by 3 is the point. One more question for you, Ahlad. Is there only one null point or there could be two null points?
So it will be on the equatorial plane, right? I mean,
see, if it is on the equatorial plane of one dipole, it cannot be on the equatorial plane of the other dipole. So both have separate equatorial plane. Both equatorial planes are parallel, but they are not
There's
the
no
same.
common point.
No common. So they are, see, they have equatorial planes which are parallel to each other, but they are not the one. If I place this particular charge, if I place here along the same y-axis, then they will have common equatorial plane, even if they point in the opposite direction. So yes, there they could have had a null point. Here, null point will occur only on the axis. How do I find the null point? I choose the point where, so first I need to choose where would it occur. So rest of you also have an answer. Null point, where the null point is. Rest of you also, please get an answer. It's a simple question we have done for the point charges. Similar method, we should be able to do it for dipoles as well. Pranav, clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So Bhagyashri, what is the answer you're getting?
D by 3, sir.
D by 3. Okay. So how do you get that one? One way is, since the vector, what we first, we can again get the null point in two parts. First, we choose a location so that directions are opposite, and then I equate the magnitudes. So if I take any point between the two charge part, between two dipoles, the left dipole, this will create a field towards right, and this will create field towards left. Any in this region, yes, they are in the opposite direction. Then I simply equate the magnitude. Let's do step by step. Which region will the null point be found? Of course, it will be found on the axis. At every point on the x-axis, pay attention to this line. The direction of field due to two dipoles are opposite to each other, unlike
sir.
the point charges.
Yes, sir.
You understood the point here?
Yes.
So this is not the same as point charges. Any point we take, it doesn't matter. If I take a point on the left hand side also, still this one is having field in the right direction, this one is having field in the left direction. Any point on the x-axis, the direction of field due to two dipoles are opposite to each other, unlike the point charge. Will there be one null point or two? We'll come to that again. First, let's take a point Px equal to 0 between the two. And we, since the directions are already opposite, we equate the magnitudes. So if the magnitudes are equal, it will be a null point. So we equate k times k into twice the magnitude of dipole divided by cube of the distance. That is for the left dipole. K times twice the magnitude. Here the magnitude is 8p and distance is d minus x cube. If we equate, we find x is equal to d by 3. Now the second question comes, can there be any other point also, any other null point? Anyone? Is there only one null point? Suppose I take a point on the right hand side. Can there be a null point here?
No, sir.
Why can't be?
Sir, because it's closer to dipole of greater magnitude.
But what about this side?
Here we can have one more null point.
We can have one more. So
Minus
what has to happen here? What we notice, the ratio of distance has to be 1:2. So if I have a point here where the ratio of distance, whatever distance I have from p bar, if the distance from 8p bar is twice of that, it will have a null point here. So this is unlike line pair. Why is it by getting two null points in case of dipole? Why not in case of two charged particles?
So because at every point
Because
on the
field
x-axis,
directions are different.
Field directions are different. In case of charge, what happens? Right side field is different, left side the field is different. Here it doesn't matter. Everywhere direction of field is same. So will there be one more null point? Yes, there will be one more null point. And this point, normally we won't find very few books discuss this one. They miss this point somehow. So you see that you understood this point. And dipoles is an important topic. It's a small topic, but important topic. Questions do keep coming on dipole. And people easily get confused, though it is a simple topic, because you don't practice enough this particular topic. So this is a null point at negative x-axis at a distance x. Okay, so we can take distance from two dipole has to be in the ratio of 1:2. We had done earlier, so minus d0 also, we'll find a null point. Okay, another field strength. Can you find an answer for this? Two dipoles are there. We need to find the resultant field at origin. What is the resultant field at the origin? So I give you 2 minutes to solve. Okay. So several of you have an answer. Good. So let's see. Did you draw all? Did you all draw a figure? Okay, one is placed on the x-axis. One is placed some point on the some z coordinate. So very easily to get confused unless you draw a figure. So all those who have an answer, did you draw a figure or no? Or yes, you draw a mental picture and follow. Okay. So suppose I have to draw a figure. So let's see, since all the coordinates are in like 2, 2, I draw a cube of size 2. In this, can we place this two dipole? How would I place the first dipole? How would I place the second dipole? And which is the point where field has to be calculated? Where is the first dipole placed at? Which point is the first dipole placed at? Along x-axis. This is x-axis. So this is the point where the first dipole is placed. This is the first dipole, pi cap. Placed at which point? 2, 0, 0. Where is the second dipole placed? Can you all mark where is the direction? Where is the position of the second dipole? On the z-axis. At what distance? Distance or 2 from the axis. Which direction the second dipole is pointing? The field is second dipole is pointing upwards. These are the two dipoles. Which point do I need to calculate field? I need to calculate field at point A. Can I calculate the field now? And see, did you do it correctly? What is given? Is given the field strength at 1 IC unit is at 1 meter. It is basically what is saying 2 kp by 1 cube is equal to 1. Or 2 kp is equal to 1. Are you getting this meaning here? 2 kp is equal to 1. The first part of the statement means 2 kp is equal to 1. So P is equal to Pi, 2 kp is 1. So along the axis, what is the field this one create at A? It is point A is lying on its axis. Hence, it will be K times twice the magnitude of dipole divided by the cube of the distance 2q. And what will the direction? Same as direction of dipole moment. So 1 by 8 I cap. Okay. So what I'll do now, I'll just lower your hands and see this time only those who, after I explain, tell me how many had got it right. Similar way for second one. For second dipole is placed in the vertically upward direction along y cap direction or j cap direction. Where does the point A lie? Point A lies on the equatorial axis. So I'll use the formula of equatorial axis. What it would come like? P will be equal to, this is the value of P. Okay. So what is the direction? K times the dipole moment divided by q with the distance. 1 by 8 is the magnitude. But what is the direction? Since on the equatorial axis direction is opposite. So minus j cap. So what is the answer? 1 by 8 I cap minus 1 by 8 j cap. All of you, first of all, have you all understood what you have done? Please raise your hand if you followed now. Okay. So what I mean, unless we draw a figure, it's very likely we may go wrong. So either mentally or we should clearly we should understand what the figure is like. And once we have the figure, we can solve. So we are all clear? Okay. Okay, let's move further. So this is a case here. And so far, orientation of dipole was along the axis. In this case, what you find, dipole is making an angle theta with the x-axis. And point B lies on the axis of dipole at a distance r, angle is theta. What is the field at B due to dipole? Simple enough. I think everyone can find out. Field due to dipole will be equal to K times twice the magnitude of dipole moment divided by cube of the distance. To 2 kp by r cube will be the field. And which direction? Magnitude of field will be equal to K into 2p divided by r cube along the radial direction. This we know already. Okay. What happens if the dipole is placed at the origin, making an angle? So it is perpendicular to the radial vector. What is the angle it is making? Dipole is making an angle pi by 2 plus theta. It is placed like this. Can you find out field at point B now? Field at the dipole, this is also simple enough. I'm simply writing magnitude of sorry, this 2 I have written correct, not A into P divided by R cube. Okay. Along the direction, which direction the field will be? Opposite to direction of P. So if field is which direction, it will be pointing something like this in the opposite direction, downward direction, this direction. So we know this two things. Now, can we apply this concept here to calculate field in this case? What we find here, the dipole moment is placed along the x-axis. We need to find field at a point B at a distance r. R is the distance, and it makes an angle theta with the x-axis, or it makes an angle of theta with the axis of the dipole. How would I find field at point B?
Sir, can we resolve the dipole into components?
Correct. It's a vector. That's why I was giving the previous examples. What we can do here, I don't know the formula on the point which is neither on the axis, not on the equatorial axis. But what I can do, I can resolve the dipole into two components. Which two type of component? This kind of two components. One is along the axis, one is perpendicular to the line. One is along the line OB, another perpendicular to OB. I will find out two fields and take the vector sum. That's a method of finding field at a general point due to dipole. And we'll come to a formula. I don't think you need to memorize formula, but you need to understand the method. So all you understand, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the vector property of resolution. I'll resolve this dipole moment into two vectors. Which two vectors? The way we resolve velocity. First thing we start in the first year, we take u cos theta, u sin theta. Similar way. But give direction, resolve the dipole in two components, one radial and other perpendicular. We can call it tangential also. What is the radial component here? P cos theta, and the perpendicular component will be P sin theta. So first I'll calculate. Okay. So let's calculate both the things separately. Radial component P cos theta. This is what the figure will look like. This is easy enough for us to calculate. What is the field here? K times twice the magnitude of dipole divided by cube of the distance along the same direction. We know that one. We can easily find field at B. I have written what is this ER, or radial component of field, K into twice the P cos theta divided by R cube. Which direction? This is the direction. Any problem so far? Okay, so we have one component we have calculated. Now let's do for the second component as well. This is how the second component looks like. Which direction? P sin theta. Which direction will point if you are taking the component? Yes, we know this angle here. So one component like this, other component downwards. This is P sin theta. Can we write an expression for field at B? And can we also mark the direction in which the field will act? Mentally, all of you do write an expression for field, and we are now calculating the tangential component or perpendicular component. Tangential component of dipole moment is P sin theta, as we have shown in the figure. Which direction the field will point? The arrow will be opposite to direction of dipole moment vector. Magnitude is K into P sin theta by R cube. This is the direction. So I have two components now. Radial component and tangential component. Can we find the magnitude of resultant? Can we find the magnitude and direction of resultant? Are you following so far? Grishma, are you following this so far?
Yes, sir.
Jaideep, any problem?
No problem, sir.
You can find the resultant also. They are mutually perpendicular.
Yes, sir.
We can find the magnitude, and we can also find the direction it will make with the radial vector. So if OB being the radial vector, what angle it will make with the radial vector also we can find. These two things, simple property, two mutually perpendicular vectors, we can find out the resultant also. So if we do that, let's do that part also. These are two like this. ER, tangential component, radial component. The resultant field. What is the resultant field? ER square plus ET square whole root. KP by R cube is common. What is left is 2 cos theta is left for radial vector. 2 is because of field becoming twice. 2 cos theta whole square plus sin square theta. So 4 cos square theta plus sin square theta. One of them we can take common, becomes 1. What is left is 3 cos square theta. So this is the magnitude of resultant field at point B, making an angle theta with the axis of dipole. Kp by r cube 1 plus 3 cos square theta. Do we need to remember? I don't think we need to remember, but we should know how to quickly arrive at. Can we also find direction? What angle the resultant vector will make with the radial vector, r vector? Suppose we take position vector of point B as r bar. What angle it will make?
Tan inverse tangential by radial.
So if I take this angle, this is the resultant, we have found the magnitude. If this is angle alpha, can we find angle alpha? Yes, angle alpha will be equal to ET by ER. What is ET tangential component? ET tangential component is Kp sin theta by r cube, and radial component is 2 Kp cos theta by r cube. So I can find out tangent of alpha. Direction with respect to the radial vector. Angle is alpha. Alpha will be ET by r. It will be equal to tan theta by 2. It's not the half the angle. Tangent of that angle is half the tangent of the radial vector angle. This is not that if theta is 30 degree, alpha will become 15 degree. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
So tan alpha is equal to tan theta by 2. So this important point was to understand how to utilize the vector property of dipole to arrive at field at any general point, r theta. R being the distance, theta being the angle the point makes with respect to the direction of dipole. Okay, I think tomorrow we will not have a class. So we can have a doubt session again today. We will go through some easy question. This is a common question which comes in many examination. It is there in the book also. So I thought I'll go through this question related to, but this is not dipole question. This is related to other topic. So let's go through this this part also. This is a question given. Many of